Hello everyone. We are living in unnatural and strange times. While you are unable to come to school, we are trying our best to bring the school to you. In this endeavor, we present to you the English exhibition on the theme Science Fiction. So sit back and relax as we take you on a journey through time, on a journey where you will meet scientists, aliens, and monsters. Enjoy!
Time travel, teleportation, mind control, telepathy, aliens, extraterrestrial life forms, and space travel. When the best authors turn a what if into why not, it carries us into a world where possibility meets reality, the world of science fiction. Science fiction, often called sci-fi, is a genre of fiction literature whose content is imaginative but based in science. It depends heavily on scientific facts, theories, and principles as support for its settings, characters, themes, and plot lines, which is what makes it different from fantasy. Hello everyone, I am Vanya Bagla of 6C, welcoming you to the world of sci-fi through our online English exhibition 2020. Let's dive in.
Earth to Echo is an American found-footage science fiction movie directed by Dave Green. It revolves around four friends and an alien. When the four friends find the alien, it is damaged, so they embark on a very thrilling adventure to find the missing parts of the alien and to also find its spaceship. My friends from grade 5 will be playing the various characters of the film. Playing Alex is Karthik, along with Pratham, who is our Tuck. In the present scene, Alex is over at Tuck's place for a night's stay. Not to be forgotten is our Reginald, fondly known as Munch, played by Ranaditya. Last but not the least is our Emma, played by Gurneet. Are you all wondering who I am? I'll tell you. I am Echo, the alien who crash landed on Earth at the very beginning of the story. I was smart enough to figure out that I would need help, so I sought help from my four friends, and thanks to them, I was able to be whole again and return home. Over to you now, Tuck.
I surely need to record this video. After all, it will get the maximum number of likes. Just kidding, guys. It's just for the sake of a memory. That night, when we all went to the game shop, following the map in my phone, we found the missing part which Echo needed. But then, the security guards bashed in. They tried to catch hold of us, but somehow, Man, and Emma escaped from the clutches of the security guard. But Alex got stuck there. When I and Manch were playing the blame game, Emma went to rescue Alex and got him back. He was clearly mad at me for leaving him alone with the security guards. We even ended up fighting. I finally confessed my mistake to Alex and apologized for the same. What would you like to say, Emma?
When the construction worker confiscated Echo and put him in his van, I felt extremely sad for him. Out of the blue, an idea struck my mind. I ran towards the truck and leaped into its back. I had to save Echo at any cost. I was scared to death, being all by myself. But when I looked through the back cover of the truck, I saw you guys following me. I knew then and there that things will be turned out to be fine. This way, I regained my confidence and was finally relieved. Up next is the mannequin girl. Oops, I mean Emma.
That night, I fought with my parents and went straight to my room. I was so shocked to see you all in my room. Just then, I saw something peeping out from Alex's bag. I was flabbergasted to see that small creature. You all called it Echo, which according to you was a spaceship. Haha. And of course, I was the one to figure out that Echo wasn't a spaceship, but a key to the spaceship. Alex, why don't you share your profound memory from that night?
Well, it's a tough one. When all of us were standing outside the tunnel dug up by Echo, I took out a chain from the swings and went straight down the tunnel and placed him in its right place. I sincerely desired that Echo should return to its spaceship as among the pack. I definitely knew what it meant to be alone. Now, over to you, Echo. We all need to hear from you.
Babe, when the construction site workers kidnapped me, my heart exploded in fear. But then you all, my 4 friends, came to my rescue. I had only known you kids for a short span of time and had mostly caused you trouble. You still risked your lives to save me. For your friendship, I shall always be thankful.
So sweet. Guys,
Beep, beep.
Hello everyone, I Naisha Kapoor would like to welcome you to witness a treat to the eyes where we can view the heartwarming reunion of Elliot, Gertie and DT. After years of returning back to his planet, my friends from grade 4 will play the various characters of the film. Playing the caring Gertie is Gitanjali, along with Nathan, who is the adventurous Elliot. Last but not the least is our alien E.T., played by Shaurit Dua, who just stole our heart. We would see an overflow of emotions in this rendezvous of these three, alonging Elliot and Gertie, asking E.T. questions which they had in their mind ever since he left. As elated as I am, let's come along and view this exciting experience.
E.T., it's so good to see you after so long. Gertie and I have been thinking about you. We miss you so much. I just feel like touching you.
Hello, E.T. Are you taking good care of my plants?
Yes, I am.
I have so many things to ask. Let me ask, how did you feel when your spaceship landed on our planet?
Everything around me was absolutely different. There was a sense of excitement.
Tell me something, E.T. How did you feel to be a part of our family?
I felt safe with you, Gertie, and Michael. But I missed my home, my mom, my dad.
I know how it feels.
When did you come to know that you had healing powers?
Everyone on our planet has some or the other power. Once my friend was hurt, I touched him and he was healed.
Wow!
I felt very sad when it was time to say goodbye. How did you feel, E.T.?
I wanted to take you along, but I know it hurts to be away from your family.
I thought to you. E.T., be good.
You be good.
E.T., I think it's time to say goodbye, but I'll be right here.
Ouch!
and welcome to our show. We have with us tonight an exclusive guest who is not only famous but has some special powers too. He recently featured in the famous movie Avengers and is none other than Iron Man. Hello Iron Man, how are you?
I'm fine. Hope you're doing good too.
Thank you. Our audience would like to know so many things about you. Are you ready to reveal them?
Yes, absolutely. I'm good to start.
Great. So Iron Man, our audience would like to know how were you born?
It was the height of Cold War. I was a weapons manufacturer, providing weapons for the army. I was a rich industrialist. I profited from tools of war. Still, I hated war. So, I gave myself a dare to make machine soldiers to minimize loss of human life.
Wow. But who actually Iron Man is?
I am an American inventor who is greatly influenced by the technological inventions of Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, and the Wright brothers. I want to invent things that help me establish as an autonomous creative individual.
Wow. So what mission are you on these days?
To make my viewers aware of threats present in their environment.
And what are these threats?
Talking beyond the science fiction of which I am a part of, there are many threats that can and are adversely affecting the humans, such as corruption, war, and not to forget the latest pandemic, coronavirus.
Very true indeed. So anything you would like to say about COVID-19 or any message for our viewers?
Yes, I would ask all my viewers to stay safe, wash their hands regularly or sanitize them, wear a mask when they go out, maintain social distancing and follow all the precautionary measures to keep themselves away from the corona auntie.
I'm sure our younger audiences would love this analogy of auntie. Wow, what a great message. So Iron Man, what are your plans for future?
Oh, sorry. Hello? Yes, I'll be there. Sorry, duty calls. Would like to continue some other day.
Our bad luck, Iron Man. But yes, we would love to have you again. Go save the mankind.
Yes. I am Adiran Gupta as Iron Man from class 4A from Mount Carmel Senior School. Thank you.
The notion of time travel has always fired up our imagination. There is something about being able to navigate and interact with events before or after they happen. Is it really possible though? Who doesn't dream of time travel at some point or the other? Everyone has regrets in their life that they want to go back and change or go into the future and change things there too. Ask Ronald Mallet, a famous physicist and promoter of the possibility of time travel, who thought of going back in time because he wanted to save his father, whom he lost at the age of 10. It's worth pondering if this is at all possible. Many ideas in film and fiction have explored the possibility of time travel. Well, that was a lot of scientific stuff. Now, let's end it up with a little humor. There once was a lady named Bright who travelled much faster than light. She departed one day in a relative way and returned on the previous night. Thanks for watching. Hashtag stay home, stay safe.
From True News, bringing you the latest highlights from all around the world. US President Ben Harris temporarily blocked all the air taxi service from functioning due to riots in the Sky City. Conservation biologist Maria Watson declared squirrels extinct this morning. ISRO space scientists in India had a meeting yesterday and confirmed their second human spaceflight to Jupiter. The preparation is underway, making rapid progress since the launch date is just 2 months away. on the 18th of August 2040. Humanoid robot Allo cleared his first medical exam on Friday in London. Now, good news for chocolate lovers. The chocolate factory on planet Mars has just finished creating a chocolate, high crackers, and has sent us samples for you to try out. So for those of you who are watching True News currently on your reality TV sets, grab one now using your facial recognition chips. And right now in Delhi, it's a few degrees cooler at 51 degrees Celsius.
Hello everybody! Today we have Akbar the Great. So Mr. Akbar, how do you feel to be in 21st century?
I feel very good and thanks for sending the time machine.
You're welcome. A Facebook notification. By the way, Mr. Akbar, are you on Facebook?
No, I'm only in textbooks.
You took a great step by abolishing jizya. Why did you abolish jizya?
It was a Valentine's gift to Jodha Begum.
Today we all are stressed due to this coronavirus. Did you have any pandemic stress during your time?
No, I had dynamic stress.
What kind of dynamic stress did you have?
Handling so many wives was a dynamic stress.
Oh, family stress.
By the way, which book is this?
This book is about defense, rockets, tanks and missiles. I have been reading this book for a long time.
Oh, it would help me to expand my kingdom. You come with me. I'll make you the 10th jewel of my court.
No, I'm fine here.
Come with me.
No, I'm fine here.
You.
No. So that's it for today. Hope you.
Everyone, I'm Yashvi of 7C, and today I will be reciting a self-composed poem titled A Sail Through Time. No more mobiles or computers, my father shouted, but I know how the rules are to be flouted. He repeated it 100 times. It's mobile, TV or computers all the time. Annoyed, I wished I could see how his childhood was. I slept crying, hoping my wish would come true. And you won't believe, I found myself in front of my grandfather, so young. To him, my father, just a young boy, was glad. He was so happy playing with his friend. There were no mobile or messages to send. Suddenly, I heard my grandfather screaming. And with his elder brother, my father was teaming, playing tag or marbles all the time. And even then, no studies were simply a big crime. Now I understand from where this infamous line has come. Hiding something, my father ran and climbed up the nearby tree. He was a soul absolutely carefree. And here he is now, all the time, scolding me. My grandfather ran after him with a plan. You are such a mischievous lad, always up to some prank. Suddenly, all his anger vanished in the air as he saw his son solving maths on the tree. This boy will surely become a big man. That moment, I too became my father's biggest man. Thank you.
Does time travel excite you? Thinking about it only gives me goosebumps. Hi, I'm Sia Bora, and today I'm going to take you on an imaginary journey to 1947. If I had an opportunity to travel back in time, I would choose the year 1947 when India was being partitioned. I would meet the Indian leaders and warn them about the grave consequences of the proposed partition. I would urge them to find a better solution, as partition would lead to a massacre and loss of thousands of innocent lives. Lakhs of people would get displaced, would lose their money, business and family members. This massive disruption could be averted by the decision to not approve partition and instead find a middle ground which would keep all the parties interested, content and would avoid killing of innocent.
I am Saishya Saxena of grade 8th E, and today I am going to present in front of you a few paradoxes of time travel. Number 1. Grandfather's paradox. The grandfather's paradox is that you travel back in the past and you kill your grandfather. Then when you come back, you see that you, your father, and your grandfather don't exist. Makes sense, right? But the question remaining is that if your grandfather doesn't exist, how can he be murdered? Second, Hitler's paradox. The Hitler's paradox is that you travel back in the past and you kill Adolf Hitler. Then when you come back, you see that World War II and Holocaust never took place. But the question is that if Adolf Hitler doesn't exist, why would you travel back in the past anyway? Number 3, casual loop paradox. The casual loop paradox is that a ball is striking towards a time machine, with its future self ball also emerging towards the time machine. Then what happens is that the time is altered and the future ball goes in the past and the past ball goes in the future. But the only question remaining is that what happens to the ball in the present? So, as we discussed before, we see that time travel is one of the most intricate and fascinating aspects of physics. And as they say, nothing is as far as a minute ago, and the best way to predict the future is to create it. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Bhumika Arora and today I am going to speak on the topic time travel. Time travel is the concept of movement between certain points in time, related to movement between different points in space by an object or a person, typically with the use of a hypothetical device known as a time machine. The idea of a time machine was popularized by H.G. Wells in 1895 in the novel The Time Machine. Not all scientists believe that time travel is possible. Some even say that an attempt would be fatal to any human who chooses to undertake it. While most people think of time as a constant, physicist Albert Einstein showed that time is an illusion. It is relative. It can vary for different observers depending on their speed through space. Traveling to the past. Some scientists have proposed the idea of using faster-than-light travel devices to journey back in time. After all, if time slows as an object approaches the speed of light, then might exceeding that speed cause time to flow backward. But on the other hand, some scientists believe that time travel to the past is not at all possible. Parallel universes or alternate reality. Parallel universes is yet another interesting research going on for a long time. What scientists and many other fiction shows depict is that our universe is not the only one. Ours, with a combination of one or many other universes, forms what we call multiverse or the reality. Many even believe that on a parallel universe, the rules or the laws of nature might be different or might not even exist. It's like all the different choices we come across in making any decision. Every one of them is being implemented or carried in different universes. Time travel into the future. You might be thinking that is it even possible? I'll tell you. Actually, it's not just possible, we all are doing it right now, moving or advancing every second of every minute of every hour of every day into our own future. The more the difference between our speed and the speed of light, the less the difference between the time we take to travel into
travel. People like us who believe in physics know that the distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Albert Einstein. What is time? While most people think of time as a constant, physicist Albert Einstein showed that time is an illusion. It is relative. It can vary for different observers depending on their speed through space. Einstein's theory of relativity. Einstein's special theory of relativity says that time slows down or speeds up depending on how fast one moves relative to something else. What is time travel? Time travel is the concept of movement between certain points in time, typically with the use of a hypothetical device known as a time machine. Time travel is a widely recognized concept in philosophy and fiction. Ways to time travel. Through the wormhole. General relativity also provides scenarios that could allow travelers to go back in time. A linked possibility would be to create wormholes between points in space-time. Black holes. Another possibility would be to move a ship rapidly around a black hole or to artificially create that condition with a huge rotating structure. Time travel in movies. The concept of time travel is so fascinating that some major movies have been made about it. Some of those movies are Back to the Future, X-Men Days of Future Past, Avengers Endgame, and Men in Black 3. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience.
Good morning. I am Krishika Sharma and today I am going to tell you something about time travel. Time travel, moving between different points in time, has been a popular topic for science fiction for decades. Franchises ranging from Doctor Who to Star Trek to Back to the Future have seen humans get in a vehicle of some sort and arrive in the past or future ready to take on new adventures. Each movie comes with their own time travel theories. Now, I will tell you some interesting facts regarding time travel from the perspective of science. The stars you see are actually not there now. The stars are many light years away from the Earth, so it takes a lot of time for the light to reach us. So, by the time their light reaches us, they would have moved from their place and you would be seeing what they looked like in their past. For example, the stars of the Big Dipper range from 60 to 125 light years away. When you look at Dubhe, the front star in the bowl of the Dipper, you are seeing light from before you were born. If you were on a star that was many light years, say 215 years away, and saw the Earth from there with a very high resolution telescope, you could see everything that happened on Earth that many years ago. For example, you could see Napoleon ruling and many such incidents. Scientists believe that if aliens who were 65 million light years away saw the Earth, they could see the dinosaurs. This is because light from the Earth will take 65 million years to reach that point, and when the light will reach, only then the aliens would be able to see the Earth and they would see the dinosaurs. On the following slide, you'll get to know that if you were on a star which was many light years away and saw the Earth, then what you would see. If you were on the star Spica, which is 250 light years away, then you would have seen the Battle of Buxar. If you were on the star Antares, which is 550 light years away, then you would have seen the birth of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. If you were on the star Avia, which is 630 light years away, then you would have seen the death of Muhammad, the founder of Islam. If you were on the star Adhara, which is 430 light years away, then you would have seen the Jallianwala Bagh massacre taking place. So, we can say that looking at stars at night is a look back in time. Thank you.
about the famous novel Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley? Of course you've heard about it. Frankenstein is one of the most extraordinary achievements in English literature. To begin with the generic concern of the novel, it can be seen as a typical of Romantic era, where notion of aesthetic and imagination would dominate. At the same time, Frankenstein challenges some of the conventions of Gothic literature. Unlike traditional Gothic elements like ghosts or vampires, the monster's origins are not mysterious, and an emphasis on innovation might also lead to horror. In addition to Gothic elements, Frankenstein inaugurates the genre of science fiction, and many critics cite the novel as one of the first examples of science fiction novel. Written in 1818, the book was influenced by a scientific feud that ushered in the first battery and a modern understanding of electricity. Mary had read about Galvanic experiments on dead frogs, and she wondered, not unreasonably, if electricity might be used to actually reanimate dead tissue. So she gave birth to the character Victor Frankenstein, a scientist who by the application of electricity attempted to reanimate dead tissue. Frankenstein has had a considerable influence in literature and popular culture and spawned a complete genre of horror stories, films and plays. Now let's learn a bit more about the author.
Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, born on 30th August 1797, was an English novelist who wrote the Gothic novel Frankenstein or The Modern Prometheus. Mary Shelley first got the idea of Frankenstein in the year of 1816 when she stayed in a manor on Lake Geneva with her future husband Percy Bysshe Shelley and the writers Lord Byron and John Polidori. Byron suggested that each of them write a ghost story. When Mary Shelley composed Frankenstein, she was influenced by several literary classics, which she referred to in the novel, Ovid's Metamorphoses and John Milton's Paradise Lost among them. The novel was also influenced by scientific theories of the author's time, including galvanism, the idea that electricity could reanimate dead tissue. The novel Frankenstein is often hailed as the first book in the science fiction genre. Much like how it was for women writing in other genres, it was not an easy task for Shelley. On March 11, 1818, the novel Frankenstein or The Modern Prometheus was first published.
When I looked around, I saw and heard of none like me. Was I then a monster? When the world of science was busy celebrating the discovery of new elements, Mary Shelley published her revolutionary scientific Gothic novel, The Modern Prometheus, or simply just Frankenstein, which she better called The Waking Dream. The chilling novel tells us the story of how Victor Frankenstein, a gifted medical student, is driven by the idea of finding the source behind all life forms. He carries out experiment after experiment in the secrecy of his lodgings on corpses that he steals from graveyards and slaughterhouses. He spends his days by completely examining both living and dead human beings. After years of hard work and sleepless nights, Victor finally succeeds in his endeavor of creating a human-like figure, except that it wasn't human at all and wreaked havoc on both Victor's life and family. Mary's concerns about the destructive and negative impact of thoughtless and unsolicited discoveries is clear in the story. Also, it would not be wrong to say that the story of Victor Frankenstein and the creature he created is evidence enough that life was not, and hence may not ever be capable of being created or reproduced in laboratories, irrespective of how scientifically advanced we are. Thank you.
Victor Frankenstein's fascination with science turned out to be an obsession during his later years, which resulted in making a giant, despicable monster using a dead body. Frankenstein, who sought to create the most perfect creature, had just made a cursed being using decayed flesh from a long-dead man. Deciding to abandon the monster, giving almost no support, the monster retaliated by killing everyone Victor knew. When asked about it, the monster replied, "All I ever wanted was your love, or at least acceptance. But I am so ugly that everyone flees in disgust. I'm lonely, hated, and outcast. So I have learned in the absence of love how to hate. The relevance of this story in modern years is still quite there. Our world is filled with new discoveries about all things science. But one must remember that we cannot foresee the consequences, the dangers. The book warns us in a way about the dangers of obsession, the dangers of making something that we can barely comprehend. It also tells us to be aware of others' feelings. Rejection has a big impact on everyone. Whom you hurt today, mentally and physically, can, some way, hurt you in the near future. Thank you very much.
I expected this reception. All men hate the wretched. How then must I be hated, who am miserable beyond all living things? Yet you, my creator, detest and spurn me? Thy creature, to whom thou art bound by ties only dissoluble by the annihilation of one of us? You purpose to kill me. How dare you spoke thus with life? Do your duty towards me, and I will do mine towards you and the rest of mankind. If you will comply with my conditions, I will leave them and you at peace. But if you refuse, I will glut the maw of death until it be satiated with the blood of your remaining friends.